Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. Happy Father's Day to everybody. It's a great time of year to recognize our dads. Hopefully we do that more than just one day a year. I'm blessed that my dad's still around, a huge part of my life, a huge influence on me and my hobby and everything. He's a great friend to me, and I love being an adult now. And now that I have a son and a daughter, and hopefully that matters to them too. Well, I don't know. Hopefully. They say it does, so we'll see. Yesterday I went to a show over in Arlington. It's an offshoot of the Dallas Card Show. I think they call it the Fort Worth Card Show, even though it's in Arlington. It's right by the ballparks and Jerry World and all that at the Arlington Convention Center, which was actually the site of the 1990 National was there. I remember going to that as a kid. But the first National I ever went to was in 1990. So yeah, good to go back there to a show. It was a smaller show, about 160 tables is what it said, advertised. I would guess there were less than that. I would also guess that, I don't know, 1 out of 5 or so tables were empty, like people either didn't come down for the show or just backed out or whatever, for whatever reason. And it wouldn't surprise me because given where we are economically, inflation, gas prices, etc., I think a lot of dealers are going, I'm not going to travel like I used to maybe for shows because the cost just starts outweighing the benefits. And again, there were plenty of people there. So, but the crowds were also light, which surprised me. I was there on a Saturday and it was not busy. It wasn't empty, but it was certainly not what I would call busy. And again, maybe that's a reflection of where we are economically. And again, as we creep closer and closer to the show, to the National, we will see how the economic environment affects all of that. I know several people that were planning on going to the National that aren't now because of cost reasons. And interesting. I will be going no matter what. So I've already bought everything, so it's too late. I guess I could theoretically back out now, but that would be silly. I've already paid for everything. I can't get my money back, so just go, have a great time. I would think people will, if they had a budget of X dollars, pre all of this craziness, they might be reducing that budget and what they could spend at the show. I'm actually thinking about doing that. I haven't decided yet. Haven't talked with Julie yet to kind of see what we want to do. But I'll still have tons of fun. It won't matter. It'll be great. But I only picked up one card yesterday. I told you in a previous video that I was going to be on a relatively limited budget, and that's true. I took $300 and I got one card. So let me flip this around and I'll show you what I got because it's really cool. So hang on one second. So I didn't go into the show thinking, I'm only going to buy one card. I was actually hoping to buy several cards. The reality is there just wasn't a ton of vintage that I needed there. There was a lot of vintage, a lot of raw vintage, so much raw vintage. It actually surprised me. And I guess just cost the people just aren't sending it in anymore because it doesn't make any financial sense to do that. But I ended up walking around the entire show, and a few cards I kind of dug, but nothing that just really spoke to me. And then I saw this and I went and got it. This is the 1991 Upper Deck Heroes Hank Aaron checklist autograph. So it's the checklist card for this set. So if you don't know the story behind this, I will tell you. In 1990, Upper Deck issued the first pack issued autograph card in the form of Chase the Reggie Jackson, which I also have that card. I probably should have pulled it out to show it, but I didn't. But then in 1991, everybody's like, that was a great idea, Upper Deck. And a bunch of people, that's when they first did the 91 Donruss Elite autographs. I think there was a Ryan Sandberg that you could pull from a pack. And Upper Deck did 2 cards that year. They did a Nolan Ryan like this, a checklist card, which I do not have. I would love to get that someday. And then this Hank Aaron. This has always been a card that has been on my radar. In fact, I'd love to get all of them. There's a Reggie, which I have, the Nolan Ryan, the Hank Aaron. They did, in subsequent years, they did Joe Morgan and Johnny Bench dual auto. That card's awesome. They did a Ted Williams. I'm probably missing a couple, but there aren't that many of them. So if you wanted to complete the run of these Upper Deck checklist cards, you could. And this is shocking. I got it for what I thought was a steal. The guy had it priced at $350, which, you know, I tell you guys never pay sticker, but I almost paid sticker. But I had to follow my gut. I offered $250. He said, no, I can't do that. But we settled on $300, which, I mean, come on. I know it's numbered to 2,500, which is a lot, but you don't understand, if you weren't around then, how hard these were to pull. How many of them were probably thrown in a box and misunderstood and gone or thrown away, or who the heck knows how many are left. This one's an excellent mint 6 on the grade. The auto's a 9. I don't really care. This is one of those cards that the grade is irrelevant. Actually, my Reggie, I think it's a 6 with an auto 9 as well. I mean, the card looks fine. It's a little off center, but it's not, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't care about, in fact, I'm glad it's a 6, because if it was a 9 grade, 9 auto, it'd be more expensive. I just want the card, and this is just one of those totally iconic cards in the autograph card world, and so glad to finally pick that up, and so glad that I only bought this one card. It felt weird walking out of the show with only one card, but I'm sitting here now, and I'm so glad that I did, and then I pulled the trigger on that. So that is it for today. Yeah, let me know what you think down below. We'll talk to you guys soon. Happy Father's Day again. Keep collecting.